That's Nick. That's the manager of Starbucks. All right. Me and Nick are going to be doing a homeless program. We're going to start participating in the homeless, and we're going to get Starbucks involved. All right. It's called corporate responsibility, social justice for social change. On February the 9th, we're having a open mic night. Open mic night. Bring your cell phones. Bring your cell phones. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. And Starbucks has over 1 million people. Over in Japan, China, Egypt, Israel. They're international. So we're going to talk about being black in Baltimore. Since the world is watching, we're going to give you something to see. Starbucks and Shorty. Thank you. One cup at a time. I go to Starbucks all over the country. So I got a compilation of Starbucks. So I'm going to take everything that I've been making at Starbucks and I'm going to submit it to Starbucks for a movie submission. Talk about social justice for social change. We're going to talk about being black in Baltimore. Now, if you look at this post, there's an email from July of 2019. All right, you contact Johnny Oleski, Brian Frost, Doug Gansler, Governor Hogan, Governor O'Malley, Mayor Pugh. I was making a movie about y'all's politics because I ain't from here. I'm a caterer. I'm from Zion, Illinois. I came here straight out the penitentiary, N62528. Changed my life. I didn't change my hustle. I'm a hustler. Alright? So I figured I could make money off of making a movie off of y'all's politics. I named the judges, the lawyers, the politicians that get paid to lock black Baltimore City and black Baltimore County up. I showed you the black faces that participate in this. I'm a whistleblower. Y'all made that Stop Snitching video in 2006. So I took that 2006 video and I made a snitching video. Yeah, I want to show the other side of the drug culture. Why you got the violence, why you got the murder, you know what I'm saying? It's because you got the war on drugs. You want that war on drugs and that violence to go on so you still get paid off of black bodies. You spend $12,000 a year on a student, but $47,000 a year on an inmate. It's cheaper for you to incarcerate than educate black America. So I put it all on film. I gave you 13 years of this. I did 13 years in Baltimore County, I did 13 years in Baltimore City. So I gave you the best of both worlds. And I called it the underground when I started this. Shorty, raw and real, 365, because that's how I get down. I don't have a wife, I don't have a girlfriend. All I got is me. So I fit that profile of a loner, like Rambo. Yeah, I'm Rambo in Baltimore, minus the guns, the drugs, minus the violence. I'm Rambo because when I show up and put this camera in your face, you scramble. I ain't Rambo, but you scramble when I show up. You go to Pat Young, all right? You go to Brian Frost, all right? But see, I was kidnapped by the state because I was making this movie. I was kidnapped in Illinois and I was kidnapped in Maryland. I came to file a class action lawsuit. Yeah. See, Baltimore is $3.7 billion in debt. I came to file a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit on behalf of the people that got jammed up on that got jammed up behind zero tolerance and stop and frisk. A lot of y'all lost y'all's jobs. A lot of y'all lost y'all scholarships. A lot of y'all lost y'all's housing. A lot of y'all became homeless. A lot of y'all had to leave Baltimore. So that zero tolerance and stop and frisk came from the war on drugs. It was illegal. The war on drugs is illegal. Now this year you want to reinvent the war on drugs and you're going to go after violent criminals. All right? So you're going to stop and lock up every black person in Baltimore because they got a gun or they got a gun history. Dude, you need a gun because of the war on drugs. You need a gun to protect yourself and your community. I had guns in '86. I turned my guns in and I turned my drugs in and I turned my client list in. My client list was the who's who in Waukegan and Lake County, Illinois. It was judges, lawyers, police officers, car dealerships, because that was my client list. Y'all use drugs too. And when I came to Baltimore, y'all used drugs in Baltimore too. You got a lot of lawyers that use drugs. Y'all like cocaine. When the prescription medications and shit came out, y'all was having prescription medication parties. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all's business and y'all don't want me to tell that story. But I can, because we never signed a confidentiality report. And if you want to sue me, take me to court. I've been begging y'all to take me to court for the last Since 2011, I've been asking you to take me to court. You ain't took me to court yet. You owe me property. You owe me $2.6 million in lost wages. You owe me another $130 million in movies, movie releases, contracts. You had 13 movies, 13 storyboards, because you got 13 ghosts. It's all revolved around the 13th Amendment. Want to talk about the root of the problem? I'm going to shine the light on the problem. It's the war on drugs. It's the war on the black community. You got to go to the roots to find out the original problem. Now, when you had Prohibition, you was killing white kids. You had the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. You had a lot of corruption going on with the war on drugs. I mean, with the war on alcohol, Prohibition. So I just took that same war on Prohibition and said, if you ended Prohibition, you stop killing white people. So end the war on drugs and we can stop the violence in Baltimore. You won't even have a conversation about ending the war on drugs. You want to make the community safe, but you won't put that in the air. Well, I'm going to put it in the air. Not only going to put it in the air, I'm going to put it on the table. 2020, we're going to talk about ending the war on drugs. If you want to talk about ending the violence, end the war on drugs. If you want to have a ceasefire, you got to admit that you got a war. Marvin Gaye told you about this in Trouble Man. Marvin Gaye wrote songs about this way back in the day. War wrote songs about this, the war on drugs. The war on drugs is what's killing America. If you legalize opioids and you legalize marijuana, you need to legalize the heroin and the cocaine. Then the drug cartels ain't gonna be selling drugs to nobody. They won't be selling drugs here. Then how the fuck you gonna make money off of it? You gotta decriminalize it. You gotta take away the power of it. And by taking away the power of it, you gotta take money out of it. But white people love money. That's your God. So you're not gonna address the war on drugs. You're gonna keep the war on drugs alive. Hey, ain't no law against making a movie. Scott Shellenberger got an indictment. Scott Shellenberger used my case from 1986 to get an indictment. That case from 1986 was about the war on drugs. That case in 1986 was reversed and remanded. I was found innocent of all charges. So when Scott Shellenberger went to the grand jury, he knowingly presented false evidence to the grand jury. He didn't show the grand jury my appellate brief that says I was innocent of all charges. He demonized me, painted a picture, and sold it. I won my case on appeal, innocent of all charges. The state has to compensate me for all my losses. And if they don't, I get to sue you. Then I'm going to file a class action lawsuit like I started to in 2007. A class action lawsuit to address the war on drugs. We're going to go in Illinois, Maryland, New York, California, and I'm going to start advertising. Do you want to sue the state, your country, about ending the war on drugs? And since you locked me up and you used that as the premises of your indictment, you opened up Pandora's box. Yeah, one of the 13 movies that I made was about the war on drugs. It named Judge Turnbull. It named Judge Previs. It named Judge Holland. It named Scott Green. It named Scott Shellenberger. It named Greg Bernstein. It named Marilyn Mosby. It named Mayor Pugh. And Mayor Pugh is my witness. Yeah. It named Glenn. It showed you the money that y'all was making off of black bodies. Because y'all ain't did nothing to Bobby Zirkin. You ain't did nothing to Lafferty. You ain't did nothing to Roshan. Because those was making money. They got in and got out. And they still making money off of it. Turnbull's law firm is making money off of it. Yeah, like I said, take me to court. I dare you. I dare you to take me to court. You lock me up for terrorism. You charge me with terrorism. I'm going to terrorize you with the truth. 2020, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm getting ready to sell this to Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, whoever want to buy it. You're going to get Shorty every day at Starbucks and Shorty. You got 31 straight days already. Tonight I'll be at the Waller's Art Gallery over on Calvert Street. I'm cooking. Tomorrow night I'm doing Meat Week. It's the jump off of barbecue season. And we're going to be cooking at 2905 Alicia. We're raising money for homelessness and we're going to be creating more programs. Mr. Underground. I'm going to show you how the underground get down. Harriet Tubman's birthday is February the 24th. The anniversary of my mother's death is February the 2nd. I'm gonna leave another toilet out in a public place in memory of my mother. And if you got a problem with me, lock me up. Charge me with something. Charge me with something, you take me to court. Take me to court. I get to pick a jury trial. I pick a jury trial. We get to bring everything that's on this cell phone to court. We get to bring everything that Pat Young knows to court. We get to bring everything that the Attorney General has to court. 2020, I'm gonna pull your card. I'm gonna mic check the room and I'm gonna shit on you because you shitted on me for the last 13 years. Fair exchange, ain't no stick up without a gun. I'm gonna pull this camera out, click, aim, and shoot and watch you run. Contact Hassan Giordano from the DMV Real News. I mean the DMV News. I gave Hassan Giordano a breakdown of your criminal enterprise, and I gave my application for Martin Luther King's job. I applied for Martin Luther King's job, and that's what y'all got mad about. How dare a black man ask for that job? How dare a black man act like Martin Luther King? Oh yeah, he taught me about the campaign of public shame, and I'm gonna publicly shame you. When I shame you, I'm gonna put your name on it. I'm gonna put it on film. I'm gonna publicly shame you with toilets. Like the walls of Jericho. How many toilets is it gonna take before your criminal enterprise fall down? I'm gonna put your name on the toilet, your face on the toilet, your business on the toilet, and I'm gonna put it in a public place and dare you to say something. You got a problem with me? Holler at me. I ain't hard to find. 2020, I'm gonna shit on you. I'm gonna shit on you in such a motherfucking way. To the 13th power. Governor Hogan got this information. Will Smith, House Senate Judiciary Chairman, has it. Clippinger, House Judiciary Chairman, has it. Ferguson has it. All your delegates got this. Because we're gonna put your emails out there. I'm gonna hang out dirty line. I'm gonna put all those emails that y'all got, that y'all ain't been responding to, and I'm gonna show the voters what the fuck they vote for. And if you got a problem with it, lock me up. Read your Constitution. Freedom of freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, the right to protest. Dog, I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. You paying attention to this? Mic check. Can you hear me now? Starbucks and Shorty. Hey Nick. Hey Nick. Yeah. I need you to tell them about your event on the 8th. Alright, we got an event on the 8th, and I'm gonna let Nick tell you about your event. About his event. Because like I said, I'm partnering up with Starbucks. I got Starbucks all over the world, dog. We're gonna tell the story about being black in America all over the world. Every day I give you like 10, 15, 20 minutes because that's your attention span. I give you 10, 15 minutes a day for 365 days. Like it's a series. That makes it a series. And Starbucks is international. Starbucks and Shorty, the American story. All right, here you go. Tell them about what you're doing here. This is Nick. Tell them who you are.
How's it going, guys? My name is Nick. I'm the store manager at Charles Village. On February 8th, we're having an open mic night to bring everyone together. We want to bring the whole community together around here during a time when everyone's kind of going in different directions. We want to use this place, Starbucks, as a way to get people together. So we are going to have a bunch of people came out to the first one. We have more people coming out to the second one. They're going to sing a song, do a stand-up, just do a public service announcement like Shorty's doing. And then
anything positive.
Anything positive.
Positive. It has to be positive. It's got to be the good in the hood. If it ain't no good, it ain't coming up on Starbucks. It ain't permitted here.
We're not doing the other way. We're doing all positive. So that's it. You want to come out on February 8th? The address is 3201 St. Paul.
And we're going to start a homeless program too, Starbucks. He's going to come out. Yep. I gave Starbucks my homeless program. You like the program?
I love the program.
You love the program? You like the program?
Yeah,
all right, we're going to do this homeless program. Because we're gonna change the world.
Yeah.
One cup at a time. One cup at a time. Alright, one cup at a time. We're gonna change the world. Alright? This is from Starbucks. Alright? We're gonna do the roots. We're gonna give you the solutions. Welcome to Shorty's Underground. That's how we getting down. Mic check. I love Baltimore. I love you. I die for you. I fight for you. And I'm fighting for you every day. Like I said, I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. Starbucks and Shorty, we got a hell of a story.